In today's video, we're going to be testing out a reformulated, concentrated liquid organic fertilizer, and we'll take a look at what happens when I switch over from the organic back to the Master Blend 41838. Hey guys, it doesn't matter whether I'm planting a big garden outside, planting my raised beds, planting some super Italian paste tomatoes here in the ground in the greenhouse, my cracky stuff of hydroponics, Dutch buckets, whatever it may be. If I plant it, I expect it to grow. I feel confident about my ability to give the plants the right things at the right time, and count on the good Lord to give me the sunlight and the right temperatures to make this stuff work. But sometimes things don't go your way. A couple months ago, I think it was, I posted a video about a hydroponic or organic fertilizer a guy has sent me. It's a liquid fertilizer, and I tried it at the first dose and it did not go. So I came back again with what was supposed to be a quadruple concentrate, really concentrated formulation to try that. I got two boxes right here. The box right here behind me had 1 ounce per gallon. This box had 2 ounces per gallon, and they still did not go. I didn't do a third box with the tomato formula that I always use as a control box, but what I did have is cabbage over here growing side by side, and the cabbage with the tomato formula looks absolutely great. This lettuce, it just did not go for whatever reason. Looking up under the boxes at the roots look absolutely fine, about what I'd expect out of them, but the large roots did not correspond to a large head of lettuce up on top. So the question is, looking at these things, are they getting too much fertilizer? Are they not getting enough? My answer is they are not getting enough. I'll show you proof of that in just a minute. But the thing is, at 2 ounces per gallon right now, 28 gallons in this little reservoir right here, take 56 ounces of that liquid fertilizer right now in this particular application, and you see what kind of results I got. If I doubled that up to 4 ounces per gallon to try to get enough fertilizer and nutrients in there, it might work, but I cannot afford, nobody can that I know of can afford to add 4 ounces of a liquid to 1 gallon. If you gave me the stuff and I only paid for the shipping, it wouldn't work. So in this particular application, I'm going to say this fertilizer does not work. It may work in a foliar feeding or something like that, but just in a static solution, maybe because it's organic or something, maybe it needs to be aerated. I don't know, but it did not work in what Cracky's simplified suspended pot method is what he calls it. So let me go show you some tomatoes, and I'll show you why I say there's not enough nutrients in this. Here's 5 big beef tomatoes that I have growing in their own Dutch bucket setup using this liquid organic fertilizer, and they started off really good. They were nice, green and healthy, and the last couple weeks they're really getting spindly. The lower leaves are showing the nutrient deficiency, and they need more fertilizer. And it's a situation where it just doesn't make sense to me to go from 2 ounces per gallon to 3 and or 4 or whatever, to try to get the nutrient ratios up high enough where these plants would do what they're supposed to do. I don't know the chemical makeup of this fertilizer. I don't know what the NPK is. I have no way of knowing that. Only thing is, it's supposed to be a complete organic plant food, and I'm trying it as an experiment to see how it does in the applications where I've been using a regular commercial fertilizer, and it just hasn't worked for me. I'm not going to give up on these 5 right here. I'm going to go ahead and switch the nutrients over to the tomato formula, and we'll look in on these things in a few weeks and see what they look like, but I expect to see a whole lot different plant sitting there. After I switched over to the tomato formula, this is what the plants look like now. The green came back to them, the stems got a lot thicker, they're absolutely loaded with fruit right now. They're doing like I would expect them to right from the start. That Master Blend, whether you're using the Master Blend product or the ChemGrow, the tomato formula, that stuff will grow the heck out of some tomatoes and just about anything else you want to use. Here's a prime example of not giving up on a plant. This is a Big Bertha pepper. This thing sit in the end Dutch bucket right here for the longest time and showed no growth whatsoever. It just sit there and sit there and sit there. When it finally got warm enough where the temperature's right, then she started to grow. Look at the size of that pepper versus the size of the plant. This is the second one. We've already pulled one off of here that was this big. I'm gonna let this one go on a little bit longer and see just how big it gets, but you can see the size of my hand. That's gonna be a big old pepper. You got plenty more coming in there, and if anybody's wondering, no, I don't prune them. Certainly not in this situation. If it was end of the year pruning going into next year, yeah, I might cut them back, but starting out from brand new, I don't worry about any kind of pruning. I just let the plant do what it wants to do. Don't give up on it. I could have yanked this thing out long ago and I would have missed out on this nice pepper. Now to wrap this one up, I talked to the fella who has been developing this organic fertilizer. He's doing the best he can. He understands how difficult it is to get a truly organic fertilizer, the liquid base certainly, that you can use in hydroponics, and you're replacing or feeding the plant, giving it everything it needs. It is not easy to do. He fully understands that. He spent a lot of money trying to get this thing right. He's not done yet. He asked me to do just like this pepper plant. Please don't give up on him. Once he gets the next formulation figured out, send that to me and we'll try again. So we'll keep trying with whatever he sends me. I do the best I can with it. So hope that was helpful. Y'all take care. Lord willing, we'll see you next time. If you found this video to be helpful, informative, entertaining, or just downright funny, don't forget to subscribe.